superstars, and welcome to the Holly Hales YouTube platform. I'm Latice, but I go by Holly on all my social media platforms, and I want to thank you for clicking this link and tuning in to what we have to talk about here on this platform. Our series that we're going to be launching for the next 12 weeks will be known as Pillow Talk Therapy. We're going to go into details about what that is and why this may be beneficial for those of you who are watching. But first, I have to make a disclaimer. Yes, I am a therapist. However, I am not your therapist. So just because you click this link does not mean that we've entered into a therapeutic relationship. This platform is specifically to educate, affirm, and inspire. And if all else fails, entertain. So if you know that you are in need of professional services, my recommendation will be to seek it. There are plenty of resources. And to be honest with you, a lot of those resources are virtual. So if you are someone who just could not make it to see someone, just know that those resources are available from your home. If anybody's like me, I was a lifelong student. And when I used to go to school, the one thing I looked forward to was the first day of school when they passed out the syllabus, because it gave me an expectation of what to expect. And that is what I'm hoping to do for you today with this introduction video. That being said, today's episode is the first episode of this series, and this episode will be specifically catered to teaching an introduction about what to expect. Hopefully you enjoy the things that we're going to talk about, and if this stuff interests you, then I suggest you to subscribe, and that way you can get notifications about when we upload videos on this platform. Okay, so what is Pillow Talk Therapy? Pillow Talk Therapy is an opportunity for me to have a conversation with you guys about different tools and techniques that you can use to ensure self-care. So this channel is literally all about self-help. In order to talk and to be my full authentic self, I felt like it was most important to be in a position of comfort. I'm going to join you from a space that is comfortable in my home, and as you can see, we are sitting in what I determined to be my pillow palace of the day. I do encourage you to join us from your pillow palace, wherever you are in your home. I do encourage you to join us there. You know, I want you to be able to be comfortable when having these conversations. So if you can, please find a comfortable space in your home, fill it with all the comfortable things that you need, and join the conversation that way. Although I do know that some of you will be joining us while you're cooking and you're cleaning and you're driving, because that's just what we do. So there's no rules to this, but I encourage you to find a comfortable space in order to enjoy the conversation that we're going to have. So if you're into all topics related to self-care, self-esteem, self-image, self-determination, do-it-yourself, and selfies, then this is the channel for you, and I welcome you to enjoy the conversation. So today, because I'm doing something that I've never done before, the pillow that spoke to me was, don't think outside the box. Think like there is no box. Let me just show y'all that. So this pillow specifically speaks to me because of what I'm doing right now. I would never have thought that I will have a YouTube channel. I would never thought that I would do these type of things, because in my mind, that wasn't necessarily a part of my profession. It reminds me that oftentimes we find ourselves in a place where we want to think about doing something different. And it's really hard to think about doing something different, because let's talk about 2020 for a second. 2020 has caused so much for us that thinking out of the box is actually necessary. There is no box. You can do whatever you want, and it's a matter of figuring out what makes you happy. So if you yourself have been finding yourself on a journey, trying to discover the best of you, the best of self, then I encourage you to really sit back with yourself and decide what it is that you want to do next. I wanted to think about the things that I have. I wanted to take and combine my skills and my talents to make one thing that was meaningful to me. So I'm here joining you guys so that I can share some of the things that are important to me. Over the last year, I took a really big journey. There was a lot of things that I found myself doing. So one of the things that I was doing was trying to really think about what direction I wanted to go as a person. we all have these careers that we have aspired towards, and I feel like somewhere along the way I was losing the direction that I needed in order to be successful. And here I am sharing that journey with you guys. We've had a really, really rough 2020. Everybody knows that. But that being said, there's a lot of things that change in our life. There's a lot of things that put us in positions to do things that we've never done before. And in doing so, a lot of us have found ourselves in places where we felt like we were not being fulfilled. We had too much time to think. We recognized that things in our life was not what we wanted it to be. And I want to be able to talk about some of the strategies that people have used in order to overcome some of these many obstacles that we have been facing over the last couple of months. The other thing I want to talk about is to make sure you guys are fully aware of what type of topics we will explore here. We will be talking all things self. This particular Pillow Talk series is all about self and self-care. So all of the topics will be related to that. Every time we do a series, it will change and the topic will change as well. So I'm hoping that this series will help someone who's on the journey to self-healing. I will use a lot of different techniques to have conversations with you, especially storytelling. I use a lot of metaphors, so I like to make comparisons in order to break down things. The things that we'll be talking about on this channel is becoming silent in solitude, wishful thinking versus affirmations, celebrating life, and how those things can improve your overall self-care. But there's much, much more topics. Why am I doing this, right? So for years, I have been in the helping fields. I never realized that many of the things that I did prior to even becoming a social worker were really, really healing methods and inspiring and encouraging. And I let those things go in order to focus on being a professional social worker. And so then I spent years just doing what people think that I was supposed to be doing. And then what I did was I let go of and I stopped doing some of the things that was really, really important to me. So in a way, I say I lost myself in trying to help others. So more recently, I found myself really, really, really wanting to dive into doing the things that made me the most happy. And one of the things that I did, and one of the things that I have done for a while, was trying to figure out how to take the talents and the skills that I have and give it to the world in a way that is fulfilling not only to myself, but helpful to others. I entered this helping field in order to empower and inspire, and I want to do it in the most helpful way, but I also want to make sure that in doing so, I'm also tending to my own personal needs. What are some of those things that you wish you would have done that you've never done? Or what are some of the things that people have told you was a mission impossible? And because they told you it was mission impossible, you decided, you know what, screw that, I'm not going to do it. Think about your skills and think about your talents and think about your expertise and figure out a way that you can take all of those things and bridge them into one, so that they end up being something that you can feel good about. There will be a segment of the Pillow Talk Therapy where we would invite in various guests, other superstars like myself, who are going to come here and either they have a product or a service or maybe even just a deep expertise about a particular topic. Because I know that as much as you guys probably don't mind hearing from me, that it's always helpful to hear a perspective from someone else, maybe someone who's an expert in whatever way, shape, or form that they can be. So I will be introducing you to various superstars along the way, and I hope that their information that you get from them will be helpful in this journey to self-care that we are all on. The other thing that you're going to see a lot and me refer to a lot is the term a brighter fuchsia. Let me describe to you what a brighter fuchsia is all about. A brighter fuchsia is my brand. It is something that I have coined many, many years ago that helps me establish and recognize that I am always striving to be my brightest, boldest self. Now, it is definitely inspired by my favorite color. I love the color pink, if you have not noticed. Specifically fuchsia. However, in learning about this color brings me joy. Oftentimes, it makes me feel like the girly girl that I know I really am within. So it's whenever I see the color, it inspires something in me. It makes me feel good. So you guys are going to see a lot of that. If you already know me, you probably already know that. So I just wanted to be very clear about what that looks like for me and why I create an atmosphere of all things pink, because it makes me feel like confident. It makes me feel like I can accomplish anything. And it's just the color. This is my testimony and my introduction to another level of something that I'm going to attempt to do that I'm now sharing with the world. And I'm hoping that in doing so, that you will be able to get something out of this platform. If you made it to this point of the videos, then kudos to you. This is the point of the video where we talk about what you can do to help this platform grow. Of course, everybody wants to tell you should like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, but I also don't want to tell you how to use social media. However, it will benefit this platform. The things that we're doing here can be helpful information, whether it's helpful for you or not. But if you do, and you want to comment, feel free to engage with us in the community section, which is the comment section. And I will be very open to talking to you guys there. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, because if you subscribe, you'll know when I release my videos. If you're not already doing so, you can follow me on Instagram at _Holly Hills, which is where I will post throughout the week when I'm not putting out videos to have engagement with you guys. So if this stuff is interesting you, please feel free to join us there. There are a lot of things that I did not know and that I do not know about doing this YouTube thing. So I am going to be learning things along the way and having a better understanding of how to use this platform. So it is also my hope that as we talk, you will watch me grow. You will watch me learn different things so that this platform can get better and better and better. So I hope that you will continue to join us. And I hope that anything that you do from now between this video and the next videos you see, that you take the time to continue to strive for a brighter future. And on that note, it's your girl, Holly Hills. I will see you on the next episode.